Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. Right off the bat on the show today, the Honda Odyssey minivan. It's probably been 30 years since the first minivan hit the streets in the United States. And this is an amazing little factoid when it comes to the minivan market. There has never, ever been a vehicle that went through the crash standard testing, which the highest you can get is a 5-star crash test rating. To ever get that 5-star crash test rating until now, the 2013 Honda Odyssey minivan is now the safest minivan ever, which I found to be hugely impressive with how many minivans probably hit the market in between the first minivan and now. So, impressive little deal, Honda. Well done. Next up on the list, this is a vehicle that's going to be making its debut along with 2 other Coupe versions. We're going to show off 3 Coupe concepts that are going to be shown off at Frankfurt Motor Show in Frankfurt, Germany in just the next several weeks. This is the Kia Niro concept. Now, this particular model is going to be shown off, like I said, at Frankfurt, and they're talking about that they're going to gauge what customer response may be on this automobile, and if it's enough, this will be Kia's next B-Class segment automobile, which, if you ask me, it looks fantastic. Now, obviously, it's a concept piece, which means the vehicle won't look much like this, but a lot of parts and pieces may make it onto the concept vehicle, from that concept vehicle to the production vehicle. Obviously, one of them that'll never make it are these huge gull-wing doors, even though it'd be pretty doggone cool if it did. Cool piece of kit. We'll see if it actually makes a production run, and hopefully when at Frankfurt we're going to get a little bit more details. All they say is it's got an all-new drivetrain, but wouldn't elaborate on what that meant. So we'll see what comes of this vehicle when it comes to Frankfurt. Another vehicle that's going to be shown off is from Opel. This is the Opel Monza concept. Now, this particular vehicle as well has huge gull-wing doors on this vehicle. This thing was actually shown off as a little teaser shot. We just got to see the nose of it and the actual fellow that actually designed it several months ago. But nothing else was said about it, but there's a lot more pictures of it on the interwebs as we speak now. It's not a bad looking piece, if you ask me, so we'll see what comes of this thing at Frankfurt, and we'll get official details on what kind of drivetrain, what kind of stuff this vehicle may have in store for future Opel customers. And the last coupe that we're going to talk about is this one. This is the Volvo Coupe concept. This one looks way closer production ready than anything else we've seen so far. This vehicle is a very good looking automobile. Now, Volvo came out with this particular piece and just showed off some little teaser pics of it and said, oh, we'll show you official details at Frankfurt, but then they let out a whole ton of pictures of it and lots of details on this vehicle. It will be a plug-in hybrid vehicle, which means that chances are you can charge up the battery at night and be able to move a fair amount of distance on just full electric alone. Now, the hybrid system means it's got to be made into a gasoline or diesel engine, which in this case, this vehicle does have. It's got a 2-liter, 4-cylinder gasoline engine that is supercharged and turbocharged, which is pretty doggone impressive. There's been a lot of people that have been fooling around with the whole supercharged, turbocharged type concept, so pretty slick piece of kit when it comes to me, if you ask me. And I think this vehicle looks excellent, and I think Volvo should build it and build it right away. Never considered owning a Volvo until now. This thing looks great. Next up on the list, this is one of the classic vehicles that you see if you peruse a lot of automotive websites. Every couple of months, there's a new vehicle coming up from wherever part of the globe. There's always somebody who's trying to live out a dream that very seldom comes out successful. We've seen Pagani do it and the Koenigsegg folks do it, where they actually built their very own supercar just for the love of building automobiles. As most of these companies come and go very, very quickly, and they're always, almost always, with off-the-shelf parts. In fact, usually most of the drivetrains all come in at V8 versions of the Corvette engine, whether it be that supercharged one out of the ZR1, the 7-liter out of the Z06 or whatnot. They're very inexpensive, very old pushrod technology, but very solid pieces, very bulletproof as far as it comes to those motors. So, you know, I never ever talk about these things until I saw this one. This one I think is just fantastic looking. Amazingly enough, this one's built in the United States, actually built in California. This is called the Bulleta. This is the RF-22-6. Now, a little bit of that, they say, is because of this particular machine. This is the FA-22 Raptor fighter jet, which they say that this vehicle is actually inspired by. But actually, this vehicle is basically a Lotus Evora. I think Lotus actually probably makes more money off of selling platforms to people who want to build automobiles than they probably do selling their automobiles outright. But I have to say, the Bulleta people have built a fantastic looking automobile in my mind. Now, this vehicle comes with, I'm assuming, it comes with a V6, mid-mounted V6, that's 3.5 liters in displacement. Now, I'm assuming this is that same Toyota source 3.5 liter V6. Now, it does, the people over at Bulleta actually have designed their very own HTV 2300 supercharger to fit atop this particular engine, and this thing makes some serious smoke. 505 brake horsepower and 410 pounds-feet of torque, and you can mate this through a 6-speed automatic transmission or a 6-speed manual transmission. The automatic transmission you also get with the with paddle shift options. The vehicle will sprint from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and do a top speed of 190 miles an hour. A very, very beautiful automobile. Talking like maybe price ranges could come in somewhere in between 120 and 150,000 US dollars. So we'll see what comes of this. The Bulleta actual RF-22-6. Next up on the list, many of you may have seen this particular automobile. Nissan built a all-gold Nissan GTR for the fastest man on two legs, Usain Bolt, the Jamaican sprinter. Actually for the London Olympics and in commemoration of the London Olympics and his gold medal running over there. Well, apparently Nissan built a pair of these automobiles. One of them to give to Usain here, and one of them to actually be sold at auction to, with all proceeds going to the Bolt Foundation that helps out young children down in Jamaica. Now, this particular vehicle was actually sold at auction for $187,000, that's Australian dollars, and was sold to a fella out of Australia. And if you want to check it out, the video's up on the Motor Cars Enthusiast Facebook page. It has a nice little short interview with a very nice fellow who bought this automobile. And I have to say, I didn't really care for the gold thing when it first came out, but it's starting to grow on me. It's not too bad looking. Pretty interesting little video. Next up on the list, Top Gear is in the news. Top Gear USA actually makes its official Season 4 debut, actually only in a couple of days, September 3rd of 2013 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the History Channel. The fourth season, I should say, of Top Gear will be on the air, and the same cast of characters are going to be on this particular program as Adam Ferrara and Tanner Faust, and Rutledge Wood will be back on the show for its fourth generation. If you want to check it out, it's on the History Channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes, and you can see some pictures that we show up every day, little videos and whatnot. It's pretty cool to check out. You don't have to be a member of Facebook to jump over there and check it out. But if you are a member of Facebook, give us a like and you'll get the first little snippets of stuff that we do every day. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.